According to the countdown clock scrolling backward on my laptop screen, 2,528 minutes stood between me and summer, which translated to exactly 6 more days of school, plus 2 minutes until the 3 o'clock bell today. 1. I closed my computer and slid it into my bag as Mrs. Engelman reminded us that our grammar final was on Monday. Of course, she was giving us a grammar final. Leah tugged at my hair from the seat behind me and handed me her phone. It was open to her text chain with Zach Castle. "Will you be at the square tonight?" he'd asked, followed by a bunch of sunshine emojis and one red heart. "OMG!" I mouthed, grinning excitedly. The bell rang and Leah squealed. "He definitely likes you," I said. 3 hours till he asks you out. The annual kickoff to summer was on the first Thursday of June each year. Mom had, of course, been on the planning committee again and had insisted that we arrive at the square not a minute past 6 o'clock. 3.5 hours, Leah reminded me. "I have to go to my brother's art show, remember? I'll be there at 6:30. "Oh, right. If I see him before you get there, want me to ask him what's up? Maybe?" Leah asked excitedly in a way that for sure meant yes. "I'm so on it," I promised, giving her a quick hug as she squealed again. She zipped her backpack and we headed for the classroom door. "So," Leah said as we crossed the hall, "unrelated to Zach, are you limping?" "Maybe just a tiny bit," I admitted. "You weren't limping earlier. What happened?" I sat down in front of my locker and unlaced one of my new Doc Martens. "If I show you, do you promise not to tell my mom?" "I won't tell your mom," Leah said, hand over her heart. I pulled off my right shoe and peeled down my sock. "Look." "Ew," Leah said, squinting at my foot and pretending to vomit. I poked at the blister. It was puffy and warm. "Why are we keeping this gnarly wound a secret from your mom?" she asked as I fished 2 Band-Aids out of my backpack. Before layering them over the blister, I took a close-up picture of my heel and texted it to Avi. "Because she told me this was going to happen," I explained. She was like, "Docs were cool when I was young too." Then she told me all about her first pair and how she had to break them in, and she got the worst blisters from them, blah, blah, blah. Then she gave me Band-Aids. I shoved the wrappers into my jean shorts pocket as my phone buzzed. "You are disgusting. Our friendship is over. I hate you." I sent him a heart emoji. Avi and his parents, Julian and Laura, were our best family friends. They lived in Philly, but I'd get to see him in 3 weeks at the sleepaway camp we'd been going to together for years. Leah laughed at my fight with Mom. "Poor Stevie," she rubbed my head. "You have such a mean mom. I mean, how dare she give you Band-Aids?" I forced a smile and batted her hand away. It was hard to explain why so much of what Mom said annoyed me. "Anyway, I've got to go," Leah said. "I'll see you tonight. If you talk to Zach, be subtle, okay?" "Always," I promised her, wiggling my eyebrows. She blew me a kiss and disappeared down the crowded hall. I loaded my notebooks into my backpack. There was just enough room left next to them to shove in my helmet and wrist guards. Then I grabbed my skateboard, popped in my AirPods, and opened my text chain with Dad. Today's song of the day was "Sweet Child O' Mine" by Guns N' Roses. He'd been on an 80s kick for weeks. When I hit play, a ridiculous electric guitar solo flooded my ears. Sweet. Outside, it smelled like summer. I dropped my skateboard onto the sidewalk and pushed off. Tree branches created a canopy overhead, and I skated through flickers of sunlight toward our street, shadows dancing across my shiny black Docs and well-worn skateboard as Guns N' Roses vibrated in my ears.